The Michigan Senate passed a bill aimed at slowing down minimum wage increases and preserving the state's tipping culture. That's the story, at least according to one organization, Save My Tips. Currently, the sub-minimum tipped wage is under $4 for servers and bartenders who earn less than the minimum wage. A state law is set to take effect on February 22nd unless Governor Whitmer signs this new change, proposes to gradually increase the minimum wage and eliminate the $4 tipped wage by 2029. With the new bill passed by both the House and the Senate, the Michigan legislature voted to slow down this process and keep the tipped wage in place. That's Save My Tips, which has successfully rallied food service workers after being lobbied with legislators by the restaurant and lodging industries. They argue that changes could severely affect businesses, threaten tipping culture, and discourage customers from tipping. For now, Save My Tips is proclaiming victory, stating, quote, "Listening to the people who do the job and saving their income and jobs is not a partisan issue, it's an economic issue. That's why we've seen bipartisan votes in the Senate and the House, and we look forward to getting a signature from the governor." However, there's more to the story. The organization advocating for more drastic wage increases argues that tips were never truly at risk. They believe fear was created by the right to appease restaurant owners, emphasizing that they always supported a livable wage with tips on top. Here's reaction from One Fair Wage President Saura Jaraman, who wasn't thrilled with the news.
Isn't that the goal? Yes. And so hopefully, Democrats here in Michigan and across the country can learn this is both strategic politically and the right thing to do, and sometimes that's the same thing.
Though some describe the bill as bipartisan, most Democrats voted against it. However, it did receive support from Democratic Majority Leader Winnie Brinks and is now headed to the governor's desk. Meanwhile, the group One Fair Wage continues its efforts. After a long fight dating back to 2020, they are moving their campaign from the state level to Congress, opposing Donald Trump's no tax on tips plan, which they say excludes 2/3 of workers. Instead, they support a no tax on tips plan that would also eliminate the sub-minimum wage altogether, backing Representative Stephen Horsford's bill to abolish it nationally. Here's Horsford speaking on Capitol Hill yesterday.
People who survive on tips, like the people you see standing here today, are truly just surviving off of this. And we have the nerve to also tax their tips. Forget about saving for the future, or trying to help your child get ahead in life, or even affording the basics, like putting food on the table. They're just surviving.
Speaking of taxes on working people and other legislative news regarding the Upper Peninsula on Capitol Hill, last week Representative Jack Bergman joined his colleagues on the Budget Committee to review the America First budget blueprint. Bergman stated, quote, "Contrary to the belief of some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, House Republicans understand that you can't tax and spend your way to prosperity. Our blueprint puts power and control back in the hands of the American people by letting them keep more of their hard-earned money."
This budget blueprint is our commitment to extending the 2017 tax cuts, ensuring that families and businesses can continue to prosper without the heavy hand of government holding them back.
We'll keep you updated on that plan and all these stories online as our ongoing coverage of working class taxes and economic issues continue. For full coverage, visit us online at myupnow.com. And for MyUP News, I'm Andrew Lawrencer.